Hey Rick, how's it going? This is Courtney, and in this video, I'm going to walk you through 3 things that can help more people actually find your business when they're looking online. Look, I get it. You're running your business, and you don't have time to figure out all the internet stuff. And honestly, a lot of business owners just don't know who's an expert when it comes to this kind of thing. So here's what I'm actually going to do. I'm just going to show you 3 real things you can actually use, which are content, citations, and backlinks. No weird jargon, no pressure, and if you like what you see and want to chat after, cool. Just shoot me a message and we can chat. All right, so let's jump in. So the first thing I like to go over is your website content, and your website needs enough words on it, basically. I know that sounds simple, but hear me out. When people search for what you do, Google has to figure out which business to show them. And one way it does that is by reading what's on your homepage. If there's only a couple of sentences, Google's basically like, I'm not really sure what this business does. And right now your site is sitting at about, let's refresh this. Perfect. Your site is looking at about 82 words at the moment. I went ahead and did the same thing for one of your top competitor in the Richmond area for hardscaping. I know you guys also do hardscaping as well. And these guys, let's refresh, are sitting about 866 words. Very beatable, by the way. They just put in slightly more effort into the content on their page. So to give you an idea of what I mean by content, so everything that you see highlighted, I know that the photos and everything aren't, but those two, images, icons, this is what Google looks at when they scan through your site. So you want to make sure these have the proper words, keywords to be specifically. And if you're not familiar with keywords, these are words or phrases that people search up each month to help resolve their issues, concerns, and you can miss out on a lot of potential clients by not having these keywords on your website and by also not having them properly placed. Okay, and let's see, just gonna click on something and just see if you actually, all right, so this one does not have a proper keyword embedded into it. So whoever did your website, you just want to make sure that they go ahead and add the proper labels to these. So next what we're going to do is we're going to move over to Ahrefs. This is, oops, wrong one. This is a tool that essentially gives me behind the scenes on things that Google looks at when it comes to ranking your site. And I came over here just for a couple of things. One of them being your keywords. You guys are currently ranking for 2 at the moment. We're just going to see what those 2 are. Okay. Not bad. All right. Okay, landscaping. So these aren't bad. But you guys are ranking in a very, very ranking 20 and 32, and that might be because you don't have the keywords on your website. You probably don't have them on there enough. Let's take a look at your top competitor, and these guys are ranking for 21 keywords. Let's take a look at theirs. All right, hardscaping. Okay, these guys are doing better. And one of the things I would like to educate or tell you about is you want to not rely heavily on keywords with your business name, because not everybody knows your business name, right? So you want to be able to have keywords geared towards the people who don't, because that's how you are able to gain new customers in your door. And so what I'm actually going to do next is I'm going to take a keyword and I am going to place this one into Google, and we're just going to go over this entire page. And real quick, I know you might see a bunch of ads, when you Google your industry or when you Google actually a lot of different services. And ads can actually work pretty well, but if your foundation, which is your website, isn't dialed in, you could be throwing money at something that isn't really ready yet. So you want to make sure your foundation is solid first before you start getting into Google Ads, right? And also just to keep a reminder that some people have ad blockers, so not everyone will be able to see these. So it's also not the best to only rely on ads as well. Okay, so we're going to get into the second thing I'd like to talk about, and that is basically getting listed in more places. So, when you Google something, like plumber near me, and you see that map with the 3 businesses on it, lots of times on our phones too, that is called the map pack, all right? And getting into that top 3 is huge because this is where people click. The higher you are, the more clicks you get. And in order to be able to get up here, you need to have your name, business, and phone number distributed across hundreds of directories, right? So places like BBB, Yelp, City Star, Facebook, and many, many more. And the goal is you want to have more than your competitor because Google will see this and you will gain more trust in them, and this will push you above your competitor in the map pack. And how to go about getting these links is pretty simple. There are tools that let us see which directories your competition is listed on, and then we go match those. Match those for you guys as well. And but we don't just want to stop there, right? We want to dominate them. So whatever they have in citations, this is what it's called. We want to go and add 50 to 100 more, right? Okay, and then we're just going to head into the last thing I like to go over, and that is getting other sites to link back to you guys. Another word for these are backlinks. And the thing is, you want to be in the top 3 results, just like up above. And that's because, again, that's where people click. It is the more higher you are, the more clicks you get. And in order for you to get up here, you need to have authority. And how you get authority comes back down to backlinks. It's basically when other websites, link back to you. Think of it like this. So if you have a local blog talking about, best landscapers in Richmond, Virginia, that is a lot more effective to have linking back to you guys versus, something, like a Pizza Hut, because you guys don't sell pizza. And heading back over here, Ahrefs is an excellent tool to take a look at backlinks. You guys are sitting at 53 right now. And then your top competitor, let's see where these guys are. These guys are sitting at 231. Again, this is all very beatable, by the way. They just put in a little bit more effort into theirs, but how you or we would actually go about getting these is with tools like Ahrefs, we can see exactly what links are going to your competitor, and then we go get those exact same links for you guys. All right, so it's not magic getting you to the top, it's just doing the homework. And all right, so once again, in closing, we went over content. You want to get around 1,500 words on your homepage, at least 1,500 words. This will make it easy for Google and people to understand your business. Citations. You want to get your business name, address, and phone number listed on 200 to 300 sites. This will beat out your competition by a long shot. And backlinks. You want to get other relevant sites to link to you so Google sees you as the go-to in your area. Do these 3 things and you're going to be way ahead of your competition, all right? And so now with this, you can totally take this info and run it and go do it yourself. I'm cool with that. But if you want to skip the learning curve and just have someone handle it who's done it a bunch of times, or just go over a game plan of what you can expect, just give me a call or shoot me a text at 218-517-5513. Either way, I hope this really helped you. Have a great day. Bye.